Do you know what your one job is today? Do you have any idea what the universe wants you to do today? Well, this is Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wolak. We're here each and every day as we explore life through questions. And so I'm going to share with you really quick. Your one job today is simply to become more aware. That's it. You have to become more aware. So the question we ask is, what one thing can I do today where I will live in a greater sense of awareness? What one thing? I didn't say 10 things, 100 things, 1,000 things. I said one. Can you do one thing today that would help you live, that would allow you to live more aware today? If so, what would that be? What one thing could you do? Doesn't have to be complex. It could be real simple. Just one thing to become more aware. Do you see that if you did one thing every day to become more aware, at the end of the year, you will have done 365 things. You will have built a habit of consciously thinking all the time, what can I do to be more aware? Ian says, it's for me to stop multitasking. Well, Ian, I'm going to share something with you. You can't multitask. All you're doing is jumping your focus from one thing to the other, one thing to the other, one thing to the other. But if you held your focus on one thing until you completed it, or you got to a point where that was all, then you moved on to the next thing that's highly more effective. But we tend to think if I jump from here, jump from there, jump from here, jump from there, jump from here, it's going to mean a lot. It's not. It's not. So the question again comes, what one thing can I do today that will allow me to live more aware? I can give you 1,000 different ideas, but I guess I'm looking for you to give me some. You know, people say, well, you're the teacher. I am a teacher. I'm also a student. You're a teacher and you're a student. That's the beauty of life, is to become aware that everyone in your life is a student and everyone in your life is a teacher. Think about if you became aware of that, and when you were with someone, you use moments to teach, use moments to learn. Think about how much better off you would be. Think of the type of relationship you would have created. Oh my God, wouldn't that be great to be involved with people? And your whole purpose is to learn from them and to teach them, and them to learn from you and to teach you? Wow. Jackie says, pay attention to what you're thinking. Corey says, I'm going to go somewhere new to eat. I like you, Corey, because I love new restaurants. I'm constantly seeking new restaurants. And I'm not talking about these big ass chains. I'm talking about little mom and pop stuff where they've got real ethnic food, healthy ethnic food. Oh my God. And I'm not attached to what type of ethnicity. I play the gamut, whether it's Indian, Thai, Chinese, Italian, Portuguese, Jamaican, doesn't matter to me. Greek, ooh, love some Greek. Love some Greek. Jane says, no, my daughter visiting me is a teacher. Isn't that a great level of awareness? You know, that's one of the things that I've had to learn that's really difficult, because once you're a parent, you think your kids are always your students. That's a big mistake. Because I'm going to tell you what my lessons are, is that my two sons and my granddaughter and my third son, they're some of my greatest teachers. Why? Because they know how to press my buttons. And if someone knows how to press your buttons, guess what? They're telling you you're too sensitive here. You need to become aware that you're taking things way too personally. Way too personally. I had to become aware, I'm becoming more aware that the words we choose to speak have a real big impact. And so we've got to be careful about what we choose. I noticed that as I was editing my book this last week. Yeah, I'm still doing it, but I think I've done my last edit. And so now it's with my editor and publisher. And so now we'll go forward with it. But I realized as I did the final edit, now I've done, God, I don't know how many times I've read this book. But I wanted to make sure that the words were clear, that the words could be heard. And that's real important because if you're going to be a teacher, you want to present things in a way that people can hear. There's a good thing to become aware of. Are you talking in a way that people can hear? If you're yelling at them, they're not going to hear. If you're belittling them, they're not going to hear. They're only going to hear when it's done out of kindness, empathy, connection, caring. Doesn't matter what you say. If people don't know you care, they won't hear a word because all you are is Charlie Brown's mother, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You been with anyone like that? You ever? Hell, I've done that to myself. Sometimes I say to myself, what are you mumbling, Lee Wolak? Can't you get clear on something? Realize that this journey about becoming aware, it's your journey. No one else can do it for you. Well, I got Richard out there. The key is to become lucid in our everyday mundane activities. Spiritualize the basics. The new word to explain this practice is lucidic. Okay. Richard's about going really deep today. I love it. Moniqua says, when someone hurts you and says sorry, why do they think you should magically get over it quick? It takes me time to let go. Well, Moniqua, I'm going to bounce something at you and see what you think about this. If someone called you up on the phone and said, man, are you stupid? You had no idea who it was. It was just a prank phone call. You'd write off, well, what the hell was that? But if your best friend called you up and said, Moniqua, why are you stupid? You'd probably take that really personally and get hurt. What's the difference? Same words, but it was your perspective, wasn't it? So what I'm saying is no one can hurt you unless you let them. So the only thing that you've got to get over is not what they've said, not what they've done, but how you've perceived it. And that means coming out of victim mode. And that's what we've been taught to do. We've been taught to be in victim mode all the time. Cause and effect, reward and punishment, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we're trying to make people dependent. What does love do? Love gives people freedom. What does self-love do? Self-love gives you freedom. You choose not to hold yourself back by having crazy-ass thoughts that make you a victim. See, when it's time, when you take time to let go, you're really just taking time to let go in your own mind. No one should ever have to apologize to you for you to let go. Did you really hear what I just said out there, gang? No one should ever have to apologize to you for you to let go. You should care enough about yourself. You should love yourself enough. You should value yourself enough to let go on your own. Because why? It's holding you back. Become aware today that if you let go of what other people say, you're going to be in a better place. There's a good one to do today. Yeah, what a great discussion. It seems that all of the discussions I'm getting into late keep getting better and deeper and deeper and deeper. Yesterday, we had 2 gatherings on Zoom, and I'm telling you, the conversations we had were just magnificent. We were exploring things at depth. People were sharing such magnificent insights. I am in such gratitude for how life is showing up in my life, because I seem to be meeting and getting to know so many beautiful people through this social media, through this, the internet. There's Heidi out there. She says, I love me. Heidi, I want you to know, there is a minister that's in New Jersey, and she's been posting pictures of this Polish restaurant there with all of these magnificent homemade types of pierogies, głąbki, kapusta. And for all those who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm relating to Heidi from my Polish heritage. You see, being my podcast, I can talk about whatever I want. And right now, when I saw Heidi, I immediately thought about Polish because we have that in common. And I go back to my Polish heritage. I love pierogies. Oh my God. And there's a restaurant. If you live in Denver, there's a restaurant called Cracovia. And it's a Polish restaurant. And Uta is the chef. Oh my God, she makes a głąbki with a mushroom sauce, folks. I was never aware that a mushroom gravy could make a głąbki, a stuffed cabbage roll, so good. Oh, I make it now myself. See about what becoming more aware is? Just becoming aware of mushroom gravy on a. Oh, see, awareness is easy, but we are so limited in our perspective of things. Some people say, I only eat peanut butter and jelly. No, expand that every day. Like Corey said, I like to try a new restaurant. Expand your awareness, expand your experience. Because guess what? Here's the key, gang. You're here for one reason: to experience as much as you can possibly experience in this body. Experience as much as you can while you're in this body. That's your purpose. I want you to know, as you do that, we're here to support you. So go create your most magnificent aware day and know that you are worthy and that you are loved. And if no one tells you this, I will. I love you and I accept you just like you are. Have a great day, everyone. Aloha.